Hi friends, I'm Dr. Shweta Goswami. I'm the founder and medical director of Ziva Fertility. We're based out of Delhi, NCR, and as well as Noida. So thank you so much for your lovely questions, because of which today we will hold a Q&A session where I will just try and answer the questions to the best of my ability. I also wanted to reiterate that we at Ziva Fertility are committed to provide very ethical and open, transparent treatment. The fertility treatment is a journey which comprises of, simple medical treatments like taking medicines and ovulation induction, moving on to fertility tests, moving on to laparoscopy or an insemination, and if everything else fails, then an IVF. So an IVF is the end-all treatment procedure which is limited to around 5 to 10% of fertility patients when they feel that they have some absolute indication of an IVF, or maybe we worked on everything else but nothing else seems to be working. We at Ziva are committed to providing treatment where we try to the best of our ability all non-IVF procedures to help a patient conceive. However, if IVF or other procedures are needed, then we provide the best of care and the latest technologies to help you achieve that with the best success rate. So I'll take some questions now. So one question is, Khaida is saying, ma'am, I live very near to mobile phone tower. Beside my flat, there is a mobile phone tower and it is just beside my window. It's been more than 2 years I'm not conceiving. Could the mobile phone tower be the cause of my infertility? So see, we don't have very clear indications or evidence towards the same. However, the latest studies tell us that overall mobile radiation is on the decrease, because we are using better technology where the radio frequency is actually lower. So till we have very robust data coming in, we don't know. But yes, whatever you can minimize to the best of your ability, please do try and stay away from the phone radiation. But on the current evidence, we don't have enough evidence to say clearly that it leads to fertility issues. So not really. Anahita is saying, how can we buy the insemination kits from you? So Anahita, we are based in Delhi NCR. Our centers are in Noida Sector 63, Noida Sector 104, Greater Noida West, Indrapuram and Ghaziabad. So if you stay at any one of near one of these places, and if you could just visit our pharmacy, then you could just ask for what we call self-insemination kits, which provide you with the IUI cannula and the speci container, and you could just pick it up. And I'm sure other fertility centers nearby would also be providing this to you, and therefore you could discuss it with them. Thank you. नुसरत कह रही है कि मेरा 21 डे प्रोजेस्टेरॉन 45.1 है, क्या इससे प्रेग्नेंट हो जाएंगे? तो नुसरत, आपको एक चीज़ ये समझनी है कि प्रोजेस्टेरॉन डे 21 का ये बताता है कि हमारा एक अच्छा सा एग बना और वो अच्छे से रिलीज हो गया, हमारे बॉडी के हार्मोन्स ठीक हैं। अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो प्रेगनेंसी नहीं प्रेडिक्ट कर पाता, क्योंकि प्रेगनेंसी बहुत सारी और चीज़ों पे डिपेंडेंट है। एग अच्छे से ओवुलेट हो रहा है, ये प्रोजेस्टेरॉन कंफर्म कर रहा है, बट क्या फिलोपियन ट्यूब ठीक से काम कर रही है, क्या बच्चा यूट्रस में इम्प्लांट हो रहा है, क्या एग एंड स्पर्म हेल्थ ठीक है, उन्हीं चीज़ों से रिजल्ट आता है। तो ये पहला टेस्ट है जो ये कंफर्म करता है कि हाँ, नेचुरली कंसीव होने का अच्छा चांस है, बट वो आपकी बाकी रिपोर्ट्स पे भी डिपेंड करेगा कि वो सब ठीक है कि नहीं है। तो Yashi is asking, what if gallstone is found in first trimester? So Yashi, it is a trick situation, because to the best of our abilities, in the first trimester, we really don't want to do anything. So just having gallstones doesn't bother us. But if your gallstones are symptomatic, if you're having a lot of pain in your upper abdomen, if you're having a lot of nausea and vomiting, because the normal hyperemesis of pregnancy may also be aggravated if you have gallstones. In the worst situation, it's okay to go ahead with a laparoscopy and get a cholecystectomy or a gallbladder removal done. However, the first trimester is usually conservative, which means if your doctors are able to manage conservatively with just painkillers, etc., that is what will be preferred. However, if you have to do the gallstone surgery, please go ahead and do it. It may have a small risk, but it is always done in the risk-benefit ratio, that the benefit will be better than the risk that is involved. So thank you so much for your patient hearing, and thank you for your lovely questions. I love to answer them. If you also have any questions, please click in the link below or write in the comment section. I shall try and get back with the answers as soon as I can. Thank you.